Cricket has some rules that sound like pure comedy. 5 runs were given just because the ball hit a helmet.
Will be 5 extra penalty runs.
A run out not given because no one appealed.
Still pretty close anyway. Spencer Johnson's not interested. I thought Jared said no appeal.
Oh, I tell you what, it would have been out.
And even 1 extra run deciding the World Cup champion. Today, we'll explore some of the weirdest and most surprising cricket rules and the real matches where they left everyone scratching their heads in disbelief. Let's start with the most recent one. In the Asia Cup match between India and Sri Lanka, cricket fans witnessed one of the strangest incidents in super over history. Here's what happened. Sri Lanka's skipper Dasun Shanaka was at the crease. He completely missed the ball while attempting a shot and instinctively set off for a quick single. Behind the stumps, Sanju Samson reacted in a flash, collected the ball cleanly, and threw it directly onto the stumps. From every angle, it looked like a straightforward run-out. But at the same moment, the umpire had already given him out for caught behind. According to the rules, once an umpire gives a decision, the ball becomes dead right away. When the review showed there was no edge, Shanaka was safe from the caught behind.
I'm satisfied, no bad in ball.
Coming into the game. Now clearly,
And the run-out didn't count either. So what looked like an obvious dismissal simply didn't exist because of the rulebook. In simple words, the dismissal everyone thought was obvious never actually existed in the rulebook. Shanaka survived both ways, neither caught behind nor run out. And the incident sparked huge debate among fans about how strange and unfair the law can sometimes feel. But sometimes one decision of the umpire create absolute mockery of the game. The ODI World Cup final between England and New Zealand was already tense. England needed every run. Ben Stokes was running hard for 2 when Martin Guptill's throw from the deep smashed into Stokes's bat as he dived to make his ground. The ball deflected past the keeper and rolled to the boundary.
It gets in the way. This has got to go all the way to the boundary off the bat. Can you believe this? It has.
The umpires awarded 6 runs, 2 for the run they were taking and 4 for the overthrow. But here's the twist. According to cricket's law 19.8, both batsmen must have crossed before the fielder releases the throw for those running runs to count. Replays showed they hadn't. That meant it should have been 5 runs, not 6. But umpire Dharmsena didn't even thought out it. 1 run might not sound like much, but in a match that went to a super over, it could have changed the champion. Instead, England lifted the trophy. And New Zealand were left with one of cricket's cruelest what-ifs. That 1 extra run in 2019 proved how a tiny detail in the laws can change everything. And it's not the only time cricket's rulebook has left players stunned. Sometimes, the laws are so unusual that they sound like a joke, like this one about a ball that simply disappears. It's called Law 20.4.2.10, and it says, if the ball gets lost inside the boundary and can't be found, it's declared a dead ball. The batting side is awarded whatever runs they had completed before the ball vanished. Sounds silly, right? That's because it is. This rule made sense decades ago when outfields were uneven and the grass could easily hide a ball. But in today's world, losing a cricket ball inside the ropes seems impossible, unless someone like Shahid Afridi decides to chew it, or the Aussies sandpaper it into dust. The idea is to stop wasting time searching and keep the game moving. Still, the thought of players running around looking for a missing ball in the middle of a match feels more like a comedy scene than international cricket. But if losing the ball in the field feels odd, there's an even stranger rule that can save a batsman just because the fielders stayed quiet. Australia were playing West Indies when a quick single turned into a run-out chance. The throw hit the stumps. The batsman was clearly short, but the Aussies just walked back to their positions without saying a word. The umpire stood still, made no signal, and let the game go on. Only when the replay came up did they realize what had happened.
It would have been out.
By the laws of cricket, an umpire can't give a batsman out unless the fielding side appeals.
There was no appeal.
I appealed. Jared, I appealed. I promise you.
Pinky swear.
Can we get on with the game, guys?
It doesn't matter if the whole stadium sees the dismissal. Without the magic words, "How's that?" the wicket simply doesn't exist. That's not the only time a rule has protected a batsman. In a T20 between Australia and India, Glenn Maxwell launched a Krunal Pandya delivery high into the night sky. It looked like an easy catch for the Indian fielders waiting underneath, but before the ball could land, it crashed straight into the spider cam hanging above the field. Everyone expected a wicket, but the umpire immediately called it a dead ball. The law says if the ball, while still in play, hits any foreign object inside the ground, like a camera, drone, or wire, the delivery is void. No wicket, no runs, and the ball has to be bowled again. It's meant to keep things fair when outside interference changes the course of play. But for the bowler and fielders, it's pure frustration. That night, an easy dismissal literally bounced off a camera and disappeared from the scorecard. Fans joked the spider cam was the real man of the match, having saved Maxwell from walking back to the pavilion.
Last ball for Pandya. Oh, Maxwell goes.
It's hit the Fox!
The Toyota Flying Fox! Fox has been met.
Some rules save a batsman in the middle of a ball, and some let him walk away entirely. In the 2025 IPL, Mumbai's Tilak Varma was struggling badly against Lucknow's bowlers. Runs just weren't coming, the pressure was mounting, and then came a decision that surprised everyone. He walked off the field, not injured, but retired out.
Tilak Varma.
Unlike retired hurt, where an injured batsman can return later, a retired out player is done for that innings. It's completely legal and sometimes used as a tactical move to bring in a fresh hitter. But once you leave this way, there's no coming back. It's rare, but not unheard of.
Justin Greaves being retired out.
Some teams see it as strategy, others as surrender. And while fans might debate whether it's smart or cowardly, the law is clear, as you don't need an injury to leave the crease forever, just the decision to go. That night, Varma's walk back opened the door for a power hitter, but also sparked a storm of opinions about whether cricket should allow a player to give up his spot purely by choice. If walking off by choice sounds unusual, hitting the same ball twice is even stranger. In movies like Lagan, it looks heroic how the batsman saves his wicket and still keeps running. But in real cricket, that's mostly illegal. The law says a batsman can't deliberately strike the ball twice to gain an advantage. The only time it's allowed
is this for the double hit? Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. He just hit it twice. Yeah,
is if the ball, after hitting the bat, is rolling back toward the stumps. In that case, you can block it with your bat to protect your wicket, but you can't take a run after that. And if the ball is still in the air with a chance of being caught, touching it again, even accidentally, can end your innings instantly. The only safe time to tap the ball twice is when it's already dead, like handing it back to a fielder. On the field, though, the stakes are too high for good gestures. One misjudged extra hit, and you're gone. It's a rule that turns a smart save in a movie into a costly mistake in real life, proving that in cricket, timing isn't just about runs, it's about knowing when not to swing. But sometimes, it's not the batsman's bat that changes the score, but the wicket-keeper's gear. In a match between New Zealand A and Bangladesh A, a delivery from the spinner drifted past the batsman and bounced straight into the helmet lying behind the keeper. The umpire immediately signaled 5 penalty runs to New Zealand. That's the law. If the ball in play hits a fielder's helmet on the ground, the batting side gets 5 runs, no questions asked.
That will be 5 extra penalty runs for Bangladesh A.
Wicket-keepers often keep their helmet behind them when standing up to spinners. It saves time between overs and avoids carrying it off the field. But it's also a gamble. One misdirected ball can turn into free runs for the batting side. In this case, the runs didn't just add to the total, they shifted the pressure back onto the bowling side. It's a reminder that in cricket, even equipment placement can cost you, and that a helmet on the ground is more than just a piece of safety gear. It's a potential scoring opportunity. And then there are moments when it's not the equipment that costs you, but your own reflexes. During the Ashes, Ben Stokes was trying to avoid a run-out when a throw from Mitchell Starc came straight at him. Instinctively, he put out his hand to stop the ball. The problem was he was outside his crease. By the rules, if a batsman deliberately uses his hand or body to stop the ball while it's in play, it's considered obstructing the field.
I have enough evidence to suggest that that is out obstructing the field. it's out obstructing the field, I will instruct you to give Ben Stokes out obstructing.
That's an automatic dismissal. This law actually absorbed the old handled the ball rule in 2017. Now, whether it's your hand, bat, or even a sudden sidestep that blocks a fielder's throw on purpose, you're out. The only safe exception is if the ball is heading toward your stumps. You can use the bat to save yourself, but never your hand. For Stokes, it was an instinctive move, but the umpire had no choice. The scoreboard showed out, and the law reminded everyone that in cricket, even a split-second reaction can be the difference between survival and walking back. But some rules don't even need a fielder's appeal. They're all about pure luck, or the lack of it. Bowlers know the pain of seeing the ball crash into the stumps, only for the bails to stay put. Modern bails have tiny lights inside them, which makes them heavier. That extra weight means the stumps can take a hit and still not dislodge the bails. By the laws, a batsman is only out if at least one bail falls to the ground. So in these moments, luck beats skill. And then there's the rule that bit Virender Sehwag in 2010. South Africa had 1 wicket left. The ball stopped just short of the boundary, and Sehwag, trying to be clever, kicked it over the rope, hoping to keep the tail-ender on the strike. Instead, the umpire awarded 5 penalty runs to South Africa. Cricket law says you can't kick the ball to take any unfair advantage on the cricket field. 2 very different situations, but both reminders that in cricket, the smallest details can change the score and sometimes the match itself. By the way, even the clearest run-out means nothing unless someone actually asks for it. But sometimes the opposite happens as the fielding side appeals, gets the wicket, and then decides they don't want it. It's rare, but cricket law allows the fielding captain to withdraw an appeal before the next ball is bowled. In 1999, Sri Lanka ran out Sachin Tendulkar after he accidentally collided with the bowler while taking a run. The umpires gave him out, but the Sri Lankan captain withdrew the appeal, letting him continue. A more recent example came in an India-Sri Lanka ODI, when Mohammad Shami ran out Dasan Shanaka at the non-striker's end while he was on 98. Rohit Sharma, captaining India, immediately withdrew the appeal, allowing Shanaka to complete his century.
But then, I think the captain can withdraw the appeal.
It's seen as a gesture of sportsmanship, but also a reminder that even in the heat of competition, cricket leaves space for decisions beyond just winning. Which of these rules surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments, share this with your cricket friends, and stay tuned for more stories that prove cricket is anything but ordinary. Thanks for watching.